Hello everyone, it's Lex from Lex Aesthetics. I'm going to be showing you how I do my brows when I fill them in. First things first, you're going to brush through your brow hairs. And I take a setting powder. This is vital, especially if you have oily skin. But sweating, any kind of moisture, you know, oil glands, etc., they're going to produce sebum. So that means if you fill your eyebrows in, they might smear off in sweaty weather, or if you just have adrenaline rushes, anything. It's just vital so they don't smear off and become a mess. So powder your brows all around. Okay, press that in. Go in the middle as well. Okay. And also, as you're applying, you'll notice sometimes if there's any kind of moisture or oil around the brow hairs, it will not stick. It will not fill in. So I'm going to take the NYX. We're going to fill our brows in now. I'm going to take the NYX Fill and Fluff. And I really like the brush on this to blend. So let me show y'all my technique. I do wax my own eyebrows. So first, I like to always start at the tail. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start strong with a strong short line and then start feathering it in short strokes, short, quick, but light-handed strokes, okay? You always wanna match it up with the other side. Just wanna make sure that was the length I want. Okay, so this one and this one. Okay, that about matches up. Just making sure because it has an angle to it. Now you can start on wherever, really. I just go on top and just slowly do that same short, light-handed stroke. Hair-like strokes, okay? Let's fix that up a little bit. I messed it up. I get a little over-articulate when it comes to perfecting both sides, so ignore that. There, that's better. Okay, now let's finish up this brow. Again, you just want to take your time with it. Definitely have a light hand. The only time you really need to apply a bit of pressure is when you're trying to make a prominent line, but you don't really want a line under your brows unless you're going for a 2016 brow look. I just like to enhance the natural shape now. I did have the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade brows at one point though, back in 2016. Now for the front, it's hair-like strokes only. So you're gonna turn it vertically, your brush or your pencil. Okay, and you're just gonna make quick hair-like strokes. Go with the green of the hair over here. And then I take the little crazy cute brush. Look how good it is at blending. So you're gonna brush up. Okay. Period. And then just fix up anything that you think would need fixed up. And then I kind of brush back and forth, go up. All right, my dears, now I just need one little stroke right there. Now we're going to carve out our eyebrows. Now this is essential if you want a clean brow. If you don't, then ignore this step and don't do it. Okay, so I use a pot concealer. This one's from MAC. The first brush I start with is an angled brush like this. Okay, my rings are the opposite way, but you'll see why in just a second. So I get a little bit of concealer, and then you can really get in there very precisely with this brush. Okay. Okay. And then I go right here in the front, not too far in the front, just in case we want to add some extra hairs. But to blend that down, that's why I have a second brush. I have this one, and we just tap and blend down so that it does not mess up our eyebrows that we filled in. Seemingly match, relatively twins, not sisters, something like that. Okay, and then we're gonna do the top. You can get very close and precise with the angled brush first, which is why I choose to use that. Okay, now we can go in with this brush. Blend down. Okay. Got a little bit in the hairs, easy fix. No worries, my child. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my pencil and just fix up, touch up any things I don't like or that doesn't match with my other eyebrow. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a sharper, longer tail. And then brush. Okay, and then the arch right here looks a little silly to me, so I just kind of lightly fill that in. Yeah, that looks much better. And then I just tap out like around my eyebrows, the concealer. Also want to mention, I'm in the middle of doing my makeup. I just decided I'd make a brow tutorial because I never really done that. So yeah, don't mind that. I do powder around the concealed part that we did so that that's set in place and that it doesn't get greasy and gross and bleed into the eyebrow. Okay. Okay, and then do the other side. Ugh, allergies. Okay, and then under the brow. Oh my, okay, beautiful. Okay, that is how I do my eyebrows. I hope this helped you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Please show your love, support, comment, like, subscribe, ask any questions. I'm more than happy to help. Have a great day, guys. Bye.